Welcome back to the GSL. I am Tasteless, and with me is Kelly, our new member of the Go Home TV family. How are you doing, Kelly?
Really good and excited about the games that are coming up. This is just our first set of games, and we have 3 more sets.
Yeah, I know. It's going to be awesome. StarCraft all day. I love it. We saw, I think, a game I didn't really expect to see kind of fold out the way it did. You know, I think you and me sort of both predicted, well, this is the way it would normally go. It's a giant map. We're going to see a long game, macro game. But our Protoss player kind of changing the beat there, doing a timing 2-base stalker rush, really changed the pace. And, wow, we've already got the countdown starting. So get ready for game number 2.
And
here.
More.
Yeah, are you ready?
And more new stuff.
And more new stuff that you never know is going to be coming here at the GSL. So get ready for our next ZVP. Brace yourself with Tasteless and Kelly, sponsored by Intel and G-Skill. Down here in the bottom left, we have our Zerg player. He is...
I am LosirA.
For a second, when I was opening that up, I felt like I was on National Geographic. In the bottom left, a rare sight. Now to the upper right part of our screen, who's already won his first game. We've seen him in many GSLs before.
LegalMind.
So if this guy was going to sue you, he would win. That's a pretty quick scout. In this, sometimes you can scout after gateway, but he might have wanted to check and see if there's going to be anything weird, 6 pool, anything like that. Then again, if you do scout this early, you are going to get more information on whether or not they're going to fast expand. Figure out exactly when they make their spawning pool. You don't miss a beat.
Well, you need to know what your opponent is doing before you know what opening you're gonna do. As a Zerg player, I really feel this is a good map for Protosses because my natural is gonna be really open, and that gives like the tosses a lot of angles to attack. So when I fast expand, I get worried. Plus, it's a norm nowadays to do like a forge opening, and that makes my expansion really hard to go up. As you can see, he is like going for extractor and already putting down a 15 hatch. He's been doing that for the past few matches that I've been seeing him play.
Yeah, that's true. Another point I want to kind of go off something you said earlier is that as a Zerg player, this map is pretty tough. I'm a Protoss player, and I absolutely agree because, and we should see this unfold pretty standard in the late game. After the Protoss, presumably, 3-gate expands, which is what's most common on this map, and takes that expansion, secures it, you get Colossus, take the gold. And if the Zerg tries to take the gold as well, you have these 2 valleys that whenever you push through, it's easy to abuse force field, it's easy to poke with Colossuses. So it's definitely a map from early to mid-game, I think all the way into the late game. Zerg's, it's not impossible for Zerg to win, obviously, but it's a little bit tricky.
Tasteless, I got a feeling that we might be seeing 4-gate. Look at the probe. There was actually a probe at the lower corner, the third natural.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's gonna drop a pylon there and come in from your hallway.
No, that's the upper left one is the Tasteless secret hallway.
Okay.
The bottom right one is the John. Everybody knows about that, and it's not really that impressive hallway. And you are actually absolutely correct. And you know what? It's going to be a very specific type of 4-gate because Zerg temporarily took the Protoss's gas. And let's see here. Yeah, it's going to be a 4-gate without gas. So what he's hoping to do is basically throw him off with a Zealot Stalker combination. Because if he got gas, he'd have sentries with this. Here comes a rush now. Nice micro. Did I say nice micro? I was talking about Zerg there that won that.
Well, the Stalker is giving range to the pylon though, so he's going to be able to warp in units really soon. He's actually researching warp gates at the moment. You do see that the Zerg player actually does know that the toss is going for 4-gate, which is, like I said, really common in this map.
Yeah, you know what's funny is I almost would have warped in those 2 gateways where the hidden pylon was. because he basically was going to get Warp Gate right as those finished, and that the Zerg wouldn't have seen it and wouldn't have been able to prepare as much.
Gets a surround on the Stalker right there. Takes the Stalker down. Warp into Zealot. We're gonna see the push really soon.
Yeah, this basically has to work for the Protoss, so I think we're going to go into game number 3. Zerg counterattacks, but Protoss is basically perfectly walled in, so just warp in one Stalker there. He's got to be careful, though, because as you can see, putting all your lings up there like that, you might want to be using those to defend. Once you saw that this was indeed a wall-in.
Well, the Toss is actually running a really tight schedule here. He really has to push soon, or the Zerg will be over-aggressive before he has enough units to attack. I think he's gonna attack in the next 2 or 3 minutes or so. You do see he has 2 Spine Crawlers up, but I don't think that it's gonna be enough to stop the Toss army that's coming in. He actually just warped into Sentry.
Looks like he is gonna get that pylon, and there's gonna be a small hiccup in the warping in timing here from the Protoss. That's another thorn in his side.
You do see that he's putting out 2 more pylons though, so that's not going to be a problem. Here comes the Zealot. Zergling's actually trying to come in to stop the pylon from going down, but the pylon does go down. He has 2 pylons, that's going to be safe. He has a low, Zergling's low. Here comes the Sentry. Here comes the Pausius coming up.
All right, he's got the Zealots and the Sentries and Stalker in a nice angle, but I think the sheer number of Zerglings is actually going to run this over. This Spine Crawler should have enough time to burrow down. More Zerglings about to hatch here, and I believe this rush is basically over. And from here, there's really no way to kind of make the game progress in a normal fashion.
The top player is still going to put out his aggression though, because Fogate is a semi all-in. Takes down one of the pylons that are over there. You do see there's a surround going on the Zealot. Loses his Fogate push. He's going to be in a lot of trouble because the Zerg player is already up on economy. I can see on my screen right now that the TOS player has 18 probes and the Zerg player is actually slightly up on drone count. He has 17 drone counts. Here comes the counter-attack.
So he swings up there. As you can see, Zerg's economy isn't outstanding because he didn't have to invest so much in holding that rush. He does get those Zerglings stocked in there, and that sucks for the Zerg. Ouch. All right, so I got to say, for Zerg having such an advantage, he sort of threw it away. Look, guys, for the nubs, because nubs, I want to take care of you nubs. Not everybody's a nub. There's some nubs watching. It's okay. I won't tell them who's who. When you get ahead like this, as Artosis always says, what do? You get more ahead. You don't go, oh, it's my turn to attack him, and then he goes, oh, LOL, and he stops it. And now Protoss is going to be able to secure an expansion. What you do is you contain him, and you make drones. And now I think a situation that Zerg should have easily been ahead, should have had the muscle to bully his way around the map. It's going to be pretty easy now for Zerg to secure this with for Protoss to secure this, considering the Zerg is doing such an aggressive attack.
You can see LosirA is actually going more for map controls as he's going for mass feelings instead of investing in roaches. So he wants to get a lot of feelings to not only get map control but deny that expansion. There are a couple of sentries defending the...
Is he going to get that to cancel?
Yeah, I think he has to cancel.
Oh my god.
He manages to save it.
That
somehow
sucks for him.
Mega Mind prediction.
I can't believe he would have done. I think I could see myself canceling that, but man, now the Zerg is taking. He says, "What do I do when I'm ahead?"
I get more ahead.
Well, he doesn't get more ahead. He says, "I get really behind." So I'm really behind again because I like to challenge myself. Well, that's silly. He's already made 2 blunders with the only real army he had, and Protoss, by the way. Upgrading hallucination. So he's just going to get a Phoenix. You always want to do that with this build. Always get a Phoenix. You're probably saying, but tasteless, what about the robotics facility? Well, first of all, you only want to get 1 observer because you need to make Colossus the whole game. You get the Phoenixes out, or these fake Phoenixes. You can just fly around. They're fast. They're not going to die very easily. And, of course, they're somewhat expendable. And you know what he's doing. If he's attacking you, you're going to be putting up force fields anyways. But if you're in the dark like this, and there it is. Fake Phoenix on the way. I didn't ask for these powers, Kelly.
You didn't ask for these powers.
I didn't ask for
He's going to put out a Banelink mask to counter the sentries. Banelings are only efficient against sentries in the TOS army. As you could see, the last round in the last map that we were casting, Banelings did really poorly against Stalkers.
Yeah.
Plus, he had Blink Stalkers. Banelings is like running after you, and you're like, no.
There's
let me
LOL.
get you."
Yeah, I mean it's the Banelings. Yeah, as far as cities go, they die so quickly. And if you have speed, I mean they're able to get around that force field. Anyways, looks like we have Roaches pushing forward here, and I gotta say, while there are some sentries to kind of push him away with force field, I don't know if he has enough. It's kind of going to depend a lot on the angle.
Oh, he's trying to break his
Whoa.
army into half. You can see that he blocks up the whole of his natural over there. Traps a couple of roaches, splits the roach army into half, picks up some Z-Locks though. He blocks another half of the roaches army away. Immortal's actually taking down the roaches pretty easily. He's going to be able to defend this for sure because of his perfect force field placement.
Well, I don't actually. The Immortal's getting picked off, but I think if he can warp in a few more units and keep up the good work with the force fields, he might be able to do this. He needs to get that second Immortal out. It's all going to be about getting that second Immortal out. Well, let's see here. He's got the probes in the way. Zealot obviously not going to be very effective against roaches.
He decides to back off though. Do you think he should?
Oh, you know what our toasts would say right now is something that sounds like so many Banelings, and that might actually be it.
Here comes the
This is
Baneling.
bad. He might even want to actually just take them the robotics, yeah, because that way his opponent can't actually make Immortals anymore. And that's it. GG.
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my heavens.
Well, LosirA looks happy.
Yeah, I would be happy if I was him too. He made a lot of mistakes. Protoss got a little bit greedy. You oftentimes get the Forge. As you get the Robo-Bang, you get a cannon or two because this is StarCraft 2, Kelly. And cannons in StarCraft 2 are pretty good. They're better than they are in cannons in StarCraft 1. Those things killed stuff but also died quickly. Cannons in StarCraft 2, those things just don't die.
The way he used his Banelings was really interesting. Like I said,
Yeah.
LosirA is a really unique Zerg player. He's doing so many things that I actually see him do against Terran. And he's using it in versus Protoss plays. He kind of is changing the way Zergs play, watching a lot of his replays.
Yeah.
He did win the preliminaries, right?
For the previous?
Yeah, for the Code A preliminaries.
The Code A preliminaries?
Yeah.
I don't, my stat sheet actually isn't in front of me. I've casted so many games, this is a blur in my mind. Sorry, go ahead. What were you saying?
I actually watch a lot of his replays. He loves Speedlings and Banelings. And somehow we see him using it against Tosses. It didn't work the first round.
It's very true.
He was like, I need to prove them wrong. I need to use Banelings and win this game. Which he did.
He did. And I'm surprised that he didn't go for more of an econ-oriented game when he did get that lead. You know, when he sent the Zergians in there, it was a blunder. But look, Protoss got a little bit too greedy. When he got ahead, he decided he was going to get way too far ahead, and he just took a risk. You should have a cannon there with that wall off. You're going to deny them from getting close to you. Our countdown's begun, though. It's 1-1. We're going to the rubber match. Let's see who's going to move on here to the next round of Code A at GSL with Tasteless and Kelly. I can't wait to get this started. Probably won't close us out at the same time. Oh, it's going to start right now, so get ready.